Okay, we got, Dave S. Okay, Dave. Strousfeld or something like that. Yes. And then we got Stephen Troum, and who else? We got Keith Dodson, Stephen Troum. Stephen's a rock star now, I think. Pretty close to it. Okay, so we got...
working on it.
We've got 11 people already. Y'all believe that? Wait a minute. We got, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Well, I tell you what, since it's such a group, I'm going to start it off with the song. With a song. Okay, we'll do one song at a time, and then we're just gonna go round and round, and we'll go around as many times as we can, guys. Just kind of like always. And thank you all for being here, and thank you all you folks over on Facebook. And let's have a good time if we can. Like I said a while ago, this is December 29th. We won't have another show till January the 1st, and that'll be our virtual global songwriter showcase from 12 to 2 this Saturday. So we'll stick around for that. One little drink, it'll warm you up. One more is one too much. It looks like water, it has no taste. Cross your eyes, fall on your face. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. It'll melt your cup, your plastic spoon. Strike a match, it goes boom. When you wake up down on the floor, it'll melt your name off your front door. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. She took my house, she took my car, she took my dog, my old guitar. She took my house, she took my dog. I can't remember its name. Purple Jesus on my brain. There's never been no stronger stuff. 109 is proof enough. You better read that label, the warning's clear. When you get drunk, don't get drunk on Everclear. Your life will suck if You get drunk on Everclear. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. This has been a public service announcement. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to put it over here on Portrait View. I don't know if I was on Portrait View or not then, but here we go. Okay, Grover, is it Dufield? Is that the way you pronounce it?
Yes, sir.
You are next. Grover, last week was his first time, and he's up there in northeastern Oklahoma, up there near Missouri, over near Joplin, up in that area. Yeah. And we appreciate you coming back.
Well, thank you for having me.
Play us a song, Grover.
I'm going to play one I wrote with a man by the name of Peter Rowan and a lady by the name of Phoebe Hunt. It's called The Fall of Life. The green and golds, the autumn leaves, her beauty takes me to my knees as I learn to walk my way. The fall of life has come to stay. The fall of life has come to stay. The silver of her graying hair, her silhouette still takes me there. Grew a little deep within a Crystal Valley shore, where life flowed free of tally or score. Yes, life flowed free of tally or score. We gathered round the campfire's flame, watched the stars, we played the game. Music from the mountain fair lifted our souls as we danced on air. Through this wind, through this pain, the fall of life has come to stay. The fall of life has come to stay. Yes, through my memories remain. The fall of life has come to stay. I hope you all like that. I kept missing my E7. I've been playing my 12 string all day, and so the neck's a lot tinier.
Good. Hey, that's a good song, though. Good song. I don't even have a 12 string. There's too many strings to tune. So anyway,
they work great in bluegrass festivals. People love a 12 string behind them.
A lot of people like those things, but that's just too many strings. Okay, that was Grover Dufield, folks. And now we got Jamie Gunn. Jamie, are you ready to play us a song? Let me find Jamie now. Where'd Jamie go? Doggone. We got so many people signed up today. I'm looking to Jamie. He's way down there at the bottom. Well, hang on, Jamie. I'm coming. There we go. Jamie Gunn.
Okay. Well, I'd like to say welcome to all the new people tonight. It's so good to have you all. Looking forward to hearing everyone's music and all of us sharing in what we love to do. So, I'm gonna play. This is one of my recent ones. This is called Love Energy.
Wow, so that's new. That's you're in the new age genre.
Dave Strauss. I mean, Jamie Gunn, and that was Jamie Gunn.
Thank you.
And now for Dave Strousfeld. Okay, move spotlight. Did I pronounce that right, Dave? Hang on here. He's gonna play. He's gonna play us an instrument, an original instrumental.
Yeah, am I up next?
Yeah, you're up next.
I thought I was at the end.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's Stephen Blane. I'm sorry. Okay, Stephen Blane's next. Okay. Stephen, are you ready to play a song? Let me find Stephen now.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Hang on. Stephen Blane from up in Manhattan, folks. Welcome to the show, Stephen.
Well, thanks, Harry. It's a pleasure. A song of mine called Old Man's Song. I'm a Marlboro man, but I don't smoke no more. Since my doctor said my lungs are looking poor, I drink a little much, but my liver's strong. I'm a young man's too, in an old man's song. I don't have no one, it's just you and me. It comes down to this little prophecy: if you bring me home, nothing will go wrong. We'll just have a flame in an old man's song. And oh, won't you sing along with this old man's song? Don't forget I said I would be discreet. Light my cigarette, pour my whiskey neat. Many years ago, I was going long, but now it's getting late for an old man's song. And oh, won't you sing along with this old man's song? Don't forget I said I would be discreet. Light my cigarette, pour my whiskey neat. Many years ago, I was going long, but now it's getting late for an old man's song. Yeah, now it's getting late for an old man's song. Thank you.
Good job, Stephen. That, you sound like a real professional. You know, your song reminds me of the last conversation I had with my doctor. I finished a physical, and I said, "Doctor, am I getting old enough now that I can start smoking and drinking whiskey again?" And he said, "Well, don't smoke." He said, "Whiskey's okay, but said don't smoke." Anyway, that's Stephen Blane, folks. Looking forward to hearing your next song. Okay,
Thanks,
now
man.
we've got a real rock and roll star coming up now. We got John Mason. Yeah, he did. He played in a rock and roll band a long time ago.
You should say old rock and roll star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these guys played in bands. Anyway, unfortunately, I don't know if this might be the only song we're going to get to play tonight. Schedules with the wife's job. I didn't realize there were going to be so many people here. It grew since I was last year. There's like 4 people.
It got real popular when you left. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if there's
so.
any
Yeah, I
connection
should
there.
leave, Harry. The key to your success is me
I
not being
guess.
here. All right. So anyway, this is called All I Know. All I know, everything's alright. If you take it slow, you will see that I'm right. Your friends are all here, they're standing by your side, and the world still goes round. Day turns into night like a falling rain on an old freight train. Keep on going, love the seed you're sowing. But if you're feeling down, I could come around and I take your sorrow into tomorrow. But there in the light where it cannot hide, my love will follow you anywhere, and that's all I know. All I know, we get lost sometimes as we travel alone, looking for some grand design. We were searching on that road for maybe something in his eyes, and your little world broke down, much to your surprise in the falling rain. How you felt that pain, the words were spoken, hell, your heart was broken. But if you're feeling down, I can come around and I chase your sorrow into tomorrow. Well, there in the light where it cannot hide, my love will follow you anywhere, and that's all I know. There may be days when you think you're giving up, when you think you won't find love, when you're thinking way too much. Just remember where you are, 'cause love is never very far from your little broken heart, from your little broken heart. Like a falling rain on an old freight train, I keep on going, love's the seed I'm sowing. So when you're feeling down, I can come around, 'cause I'll chase your sorrow into tomorrow. Well, there in the rain, where it cannot hide, love will get better. My love is forever, and that's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know. Oh, that's all I know.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, John.
I love that song. John Mason. He is a songwriter, let me tell you. Okay. Have John, and now we got Don Wall coming up.
Hey, Harry.
Spotlight. How you doing, Don? Where are you? Are you in the mountains today?
Today I am on the coast. That's Port Aransas. That's the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. So I'm gonna do a song about Texas because we
All
got
right.
New
Lay
Year's.
it on us.
New Year's coming up. Cornbread, cornbread, cornbread iced tea. Eat your greens and black-eyed peas. Bring money, gold, prosperity. I wasn't born here, I may not die here, but I got Texas in my genes. Yankee this, Yankee that, I broke down and bought a hat. Barbecue, chicken fry, I gained weight and that's no lie. Jalapenos, margaritas, gorgeous Texas senoritas. On a highway feeling Maine, I got me a plate with refried beans and cornbread, cornbread, cornbread iced tea. Eat your greens and black-eyed peas. We'll have a feast on New Year's Eve. I wasn't born here, I may not die here, but I got Texas in my genes. July 4th, I went to Austin, spent the day with Willie Nelson. Hippies, rednecks, bikers, smokers, bought me a brand new pair of ropers. You know I fit right in here with my eyes just full of cold beer. Cowboy dreams, blue eyes crying, it's a whiskey river, man, I ain't lying. And I like cornbread, cornbread, cornbread iced tea. Eat your greens and black-eyed peas. Bring money, gold, prosperity. I wasn't born here, I may not die here, but I got Texas in my genes. Well, I lived round Dallas 30 years. People still know that I ain't from here. But I've been through about every town. I've seen the sun rise and the hail come down. Lone Star living is infectious in this nation state called Texas. Born and raised here, my kids say they would never want to move away. And they like cornbread, cornbread, cornbread iced tea. Eat your greens and black-eyed peas. We'll have a feast on New Year's Eve. And the kids say, we were born here, we're gonna die here, 'cause we got Texas in our genes. We were born here, we're gonna die here, we got Texas in our genes. Texas.
All right. Don, your song reminds me of a story.
Oh, good.
One of my older sisters, she had just started taking home economics in high school.
Yeah.
And that was a required class, I turned West Texas in my little schools, and she came home one day and she talked my mother into letting her make the cornbread for dinner that night. Mm-hmm. And she took it out of the oven, set it on the table, and just green as could be. I mean, just green. And Daddy said, "What in the world is that?"
She used peas?
She said, it's green cornbread. And he says, "Well, why is it green?" She said, "Well, I put food coloring in it." And he said, "Well, why in the world would you do that?" She said, "Well, at school today, they told us you're supposed to have something green with every meal." That's a true story.
That's a good one, too.
And she still can't cook. Anyway, Ace Pounder, you are next. Where's Ace? Here he is. He's down here somewhere.
I'm familiar with blue corn, but
yeah.
Well, she just put food coloring in it. There's Ace Pounder, folks.
All right, let me do one. This is, as everybody who... Does it sound okay? I have two categories of songs. I have songs that Harry likes and songs that I'm not sure whether or not Harry likes. And this one happily fits into the first category. Okay. This is a true story. This is well, I'll let it explain itself. This is called A Toast to Missouri Jane.
I think that's about the right tempo.
Don, you're still on, buddy. There you go. Well, I was working as a farmhand in Missouri, Ozark County, when I came across a marker on the ground, alone beneath some bushes near a little stream with rushes. It appeared to be a headstone that I found. I guessed that I was walking in what once had been a graveyard. Now, there was nothing much to say, so standing there, it all had been washed away, except for a lonely marker. Only a solitary headstone showed some care. The words still stood out defiantly, affirming with no doubting. Here was the grave of Missouri Jane, and she's gone but not forgotten. So let's drink a toast to Missouri Jane and cheer her time allotted. More than 100 years along, and still she's not forgotten. Missouri Jane died, it said, just short of 1900, before she lived life to 25. But something about her caused her friends to celebrate her. So let us keep her memory alive. The words still stood out defiantly, affirming with no doubt. Here was the grave of Missouri Jane. She's gone but not forgotten. So let's drink a toast to Missouri Jane and cheer her time allotted. More than 100 years along, and still she's not forgotten. There, for Missouri Jane.
It's a shame you didn't get a picture of that, or did you?
No, I actually, in those days, I didn't have a camera. I just drew a kind of a crude...
That was before cameras, huh?
Yeah. Okay, wise guy. Yeah, before they were in your pocket all the time. Okay. Yeah, they still had the daguerreotypes in my day. Yeah, we occasionally would look at the sepia colored stuff. No, but I just drew a picture of it, so I have that in my diary.
Are you an artist?
No, I can't try to save my life, but I just wanted to remember it, so I wrote it down.
Great song.
Yeah, thank you.
That's really good pictures, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, that was Ace Pounder, folks. He will be back. And now we've got Alan Larson. He's just been sitting there chomping at the bits, waiting to get up here and play us a song. There he is.
Chomp.
See him chomp?
So, I have a different background today. Can you hear me well enough?
Yes, a little too well, actually.
Really? Okay. It's just going through the microphone built
Yeah.
into the.
Yeah, no, you're coming in. You're coming through wall to wall. You're good. No,
Okay.
you're fine. I was just joking.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Usually I have a microphone plugged into a mixer plugged in by USB, but this is just through the webcam. Because this is my old desktop. It's still sitting on another table. And I thought, well, let's try it. Just do something different. Go to a different room. I've got a laptop I'm going to play around with.
What room is this? Is this your office?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I use it this area. Other people may use it as dining room. In fact, I got kind of a dining room table, but it's full of crap, including this computer.
Looks like an office to me. So.
Yeah, it does kind of behind me. That's.
Yeah.
I've got some DSA stuff on the wall and autograph stuff and whatever. So, well, it sounds like this is going to work. It's going through Wi-Fi, no cable this time. So, anyway, here's my song, She's Magic. And that's what I plan to do here. Here she comes walking down the street, looking so good from her head down to her feet. Well, she drives me so wild. And they once said I was so meek and mild. She's like a warm and cold front meeting on the plains, like a low pressure system with a cooling rain. Well, we hold wet beneath the stairs. We kiss and then she vanishes in the air. The thing is, that gal is magic. Well, she wants me to bring her some cigarettes, as if she's not smoking hot already yet. Well, she totally makes my head spin. Yeah, to me she's a living in. Well, we watched the Late Show on her big TV, snuggle up as easy as can be. Well, she tosses her hair and gives me that grin. Never know where this is gonna end, 'cause with her, that gal, she's magic. Well, we go dancing in the ballroom at the club. There's cool jazz, but then she gives me a nudge. Well, she takes me outside to look up at the stars. She points and says, this is where we are. But she knows, 'cause that gal, well, she's magic.
That song was just magic, Alan. I like that song.
See magic.
Magic. Magic. Yeah,
Woman
okay.
magic.
Alan Larson, folks. He will be back also. Now we've got Keith Dodson. Keith? Let's get Keith up here.
Okay,
Play
get
spot.
unmuted here.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is a song about a busker I met in Savannah, Georgia. It's called Reynolds Square. I saw him in the morning down in Reynolds Square, playing the flute for the people gathered there. Nothing really fancy, twinkle, twinkle, little star, and 3 blind mice for some tips in his jaw. Now this old man, he was a sight to see. He looked like famous Amos sitting under the trees on an old park bench in the morning till noon, throwing popcorn to the pigeons in between each tune. Well, he's got his sheet music on an old folding stand. It's just all him, he ain't got no band. Some of the tourists seem to laugh at his art. He's not a virtuoso, but he plays from his heart. I laid down $2, my change from breakfast. He said, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from Texas." Well, then he asked, "Is this your first time here?" I said, "No, I come to see you about twice a year." That ain't exactly true. I go there to see my daughter and watch the big ships floating down on the water. Go to Leopold's for ice cream if I can. It really warms my heart when I see the old man. So if you're ever in Savannah, check out the tourist scene. If your doctor will let you, go eat with Paula Dean. Go to the museums and the clubs if you dare, but be sure to see the old man playing flute in Reynolds Square. Well, messed up that ending.
That's a good ending compared to mine. Keith Dodson, folks. Thank you for that song, Keith.
Thank you.
And Keith will be back. Now we've got, I've already introduced this guy once tonight. Dave, pronounce your last name for me, Dave.
Strousfeld.
Strousfeld?
Yeah, that's good.
You mind, I didn't say it the way you said it. Say it one more time.
No, you said it right. Strousfeld.
Strousfeld.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave Strousfeld. Okay.
All right.
Dave up here. Okay, Dave's going to play us an instrumental song. It's going. Does original instrumental songs. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try it with some technology. I have a looper pedal, which I would show you, but the cord is not long enough.
Well, if you have any technical problems, we got a bunch of experts on this show, I tell you.
All right, I'm just going to plug this.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it. I guess it was short.
You're not changing instruments. Okay. I like that. You know, that kind of reminds me of that Cocaine song. The
Eric Clapton.
Yeah, the groove that you got going there. I like that. Okay, folks, that was Dave Strousfeld. And now we have Dr. Stephen Troum. And Dr. Troum, I want to thank you for being so patient. No pun intended.
Nice one, Harry. Good one.
Okay. Tell us about your song. I understand you got a song on the radio or something somewhere.
Yeah, so that Whiskey Christmas song that I kind of wrote and played around this season, we recorded it professionally, and man, we released it December 7th, and KTCU radio has been playing it, and KXT radio has been playing it. I mean, I think they stopped finally. But yeah, we got some airplay, and of course that generated some streams on Spotify, and people added it to their holiday playlists. So it's kind of cool. I got a couple of local podcast influencers that have contacted me and want to interview the band. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a lot of fun.
Well, good luck with that. Maybe you can quit being a doctor.
Yeah, there's no money in this.
Okay.
I'm still in the hole.
Okay, well, play us a song.
I'm going to. I'm actually going to play a brand new song. So the world premiere. And this is kind of different from the stuff that I typically write, which if you're not familiar with my stuff, it's more rock kind of stuff. But I learned from this Whiskey Christmas song that, well, maybe I ought to look into novelty songs or whatnot. And anyway, I was sitting on the couch with my guitar, flipping through channels, and I saw some footage of World War I, and then I saw some Premier League soccer being played, and the audience was all singing the same song. And it kind of it inspired me to try, and I'm not familiar with the genre, but to try and write an old-time British or Irish wartime drinking song. So imagine, if you will, a small pub in Europe somewhere and a bunch of soldiers toasting and drinking this song. And I put the chorus up behind me. And at some point, maybe not tonight, but at some point I'd like to play this at one of our open mics and have you guys unmute and sing the chorus with me, because I think with the natural delay that's in Zoom meetings, it'll come out perfectly. Anyway, here's how it starts. Raise your glass, here's mud in your eye. Drink your pint down, then spit in the sky. For tomorrow we might all die, so raise your glasses high. Raise your glasses high. A fine little lass, she's waiting for me, up on the cliff in a shack by the sea. Down's a fine ale each day that I'm gone, while singing our favorite drinking song. Whoa! Raise your glass, here's mud in your eye. Drink your pint down, then spit in the sky. For tomorrow we might all die, so raise your glasses high. Raise your glasses high. Gunfire crackling, bombs in the air. I run to the front line all on a dare, shooting at bastards that did us all wrong, while singing our favorite drinking song. Whoa, whoa, come on, raise your glass, here's blood in your eye. Drink your pint down, then spit in the sky. For tomorrow we might all die, so raise your glasses high. Raise your glasses high. Down on my knees, blood on my chest. I promise you, Mom, I tried my best. Here at the end, I knew all along I'd be singing my favorite drinking song. Whoa, whoa. Raise your glass, here's blood in your eye. Drink a pint down, then spit at the sky. For tomorrow we might all die, so raise your glasses high. Raise your glass up high. Raise your glass up high. There you go, my European drinking song.
Maybe you have a new career. I tell you what. Well, good luck with all that.
Thanks, Harry.
Dr. Stephen.
I'll keep you posted.
Okay, keep us posted. Dr. Stephen Troum. And now we're back around to me, so I'm going to do a song. give myself the spotlight here, replace spotlight. I had this job in New York City. I was up here about 10 years, I guess, all total, but worked at 235 East 42nd Street. Had an office on the 17th floor, and I could look out my window and see the Daily Planet. There was a building that was used as the Daily Planet in the Superman movie. And I loved working up there and all that stuff, but sometimes I just got homesick. I don't know if you've ever been to West Texas, but it don't look anything like New York City. And I couldn't wait to get out of West Texas. But when I did, I started getting homesick for a sandstorm every now and then. I tell people that, and they don't believe it, but I did. So I wrote a song about it. It goes like this. I call it Old Lubbock Lover. I left Lubbock, Texas, like a Dust Bowl refugee. Woke up in New York City, 42nd Street. There I was, sitting at the top of the stairs, homesick for one of them old blue northers, dirt clods in the air. Old Lubbock Lover, that's who I am. Old Lubbock Lover, heading back home again. Now the whole world thought happiness was Lubbock in the rearview mirror. Hello, Mr. Davis, you're one fine country singer, but Peggy Sue likes rock and roll. Thank you just the same. I'm gonna live on loving. I'm gonna live on Buddy Holly Street, not Mac Davis Lane. Old Lubbock Lover, that's who I am. Old Lubbock Lover, heading back home again. North wind picking up. I got a couch up stuck in my nostrils. I never seen so many pick 'em up trucks. Gonna get me one Ford F-150. Old Lubbock Lover, that's who I am. Old Lubbock Lover, heading back home again. Now Lubbock in my windshield is much flatter than what I remember. But last time I seen her, she was in my rearview mirror. But that old Great Plains life is still standing. How could I ever been so wrong? Just to think I could find a better city or another place I'd rather call my home. Old Lubbock Lover, that's who I am. Old Lubbock Lover, heading back home again. Of course, when I wrote that song, there's a lot of I think they call them outtakes, you know. That's when the truth really comes out. So here are some of the true things that I actually wrote about when I was writing that song. My first girlfriend's name was Lubbock, flat as a woman could be. I left her for a girl named Austin, just to hear an armadillo sing. Then Houston left me breathless at the top of the stairs. I just couldn't quit thinking about Lubbock and her dusty brown hair. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, heading back home again. Then I met Dallas, sexiest woman I've ever seen. I just could not cope with her high society. Then this trashy truck stop waitress, her name was Abilene, said, Harry, my skillet is always hot. You'd be happier here with me. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, heading back home again. Then I got to thinking, maybe Abilene was right, but there ain't no way of knowing till I see her in the light. So I wined her, dined her, and she gave me such a fright. I drove straight through to Lubbock in the middle of the night. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, heading back home again. Now, Lubbock in my windshield is much flatter than what I remember. Of course, last time I seen her, she was in my rearview mirror. But she says she still loves me, so I promise not to go. 'Cause I'd rather have her than Waco and get shot by Billy Joe. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, that's who I am. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, heading back home again. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, laugh if you think I'm dumb. Oh, Lubbock, Lubbock, to me she's number one. Give 'em hell, Red Raiders. Thank you very much. Okay. Enough of that foolishness.
A little double entendre there, and
Enough of that foolishness. Okay, let's see. We got Grover Dufield coming up again. Grover, you still here? Did Grover leave us? He's here. He's here. I guess got to find him on my screen here.
I just needed to unmute myself so I'd pop
Okay,
up.
here you go. We'll get Grover back up here.
Now I have to tell you, I got to tell you, Harry, I grew up in the Oklahoma Panhandle.
Yeah.
Which is the same area as Lubbock. It's just north of you.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm writing a song called Panhandle Night, trying to express some of the good memories of the place. But anyway, I'm going to do the first song I ever really wrote. I call this one Thinking. Sitting by a river, watch the water roll. Looking at these mountains and I'm wishing it would snow. Thinking about my family and friends I haven't seen. Sitting by a river and I'm thinking about these things. Went out to the ocean to change my way of life. Wasn't what I wanted, no, it wasn't just quite right. Went out to the desert to see what I could see. All I ever found there was my past looking back at me. I traveled to the mountains to look inside my soul. All I ever found there was a big old hole. I Look for things to fill it, those things I never found. Now I'm sitting on the top here and I'm looking all around. Standing by this canyon, wishing I could fly to the other side here. Hell, I just might try. Seen I love this country, but I never found a home. Now I'm standing by this canyon and I'm wondering where to roam. Sitting by a river and I'm watching water roll. Looking at these mountains and I'm wishing it would snow. Think about my family and friends I haven't seen. Well, I'm sitting by a river. Well, I'm sitting by a river. Well, I'm sitting by a river and I'm thinking about these things. All right.
Well, I know that wasn't your West Texas song because you said you're sitting by a river.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the mountains.
Must have been. Except, the Brazos, I always wondered about the Brazos River. It ran right through that Texas panhandle and on out into the central Texas, and there wasn't a drop of water in it.
But up there, if you get up there between just outside of Armadillo to the south and east to that Paladura Canyon.
There's water in it?
At one time, there was one hell of a river went through there.
Yeah, well. Anyway, there wasn't any place drier out there than the riverbed, the Brazos River. Okay, good song. We'll have to talk about West Texas one of these days. Okay, that was Grover Dufield, folks, and now we got Jamie Gunn with his Flamenco Chill. He's just going to lay it on us here if I can find him. Okay, where's Jamie? Okay, Jamie's down at the bottom there. Replay spotlight. Jamie.
All right. So this one, I created this one 2 days ago, and I call it The Center of Abundance. Whoa.
Jamie Gunn, folks.
Thank you all.
Good job, Jamie.
Thank you.
Okay, now we got Stephen Blane from New York City. Let me find Stephen. Where'd he go? Hang on here, Stephen. I'll be right with you if I can find you. There he is.
I'll be here when you get here.
Okay, I see you now. Everybody's lined up in these little squares on the right side, so I gotta go find you. Okay, there we go, Stephen Blane.
Okay, so I get it now. So let me do a tune called Motel Blue. Since she left me, I bowed up and died. I can't forget her, though Lord I have tried. I packed all my things, drove all night through. Somehow I wound up at Motel Blue. The sheets are all clean, the towels are dry, the bed's a good place to break down and cry. There's a TV and Wi-Fi too. All that I need's at Motel Blue. Motel Blue on Highway 9, right there below the flickering sign. A bottle of whiskey, very dim light, the echo voices, oh, somewhere in the night. You need a place where troubles are few. Just check your bag at Motel Blue. Motel Blue on Highway 9, right there below whiskey. Very dim light, the echo of voices somewhere in the night. If you need a place where troubles are few, just check your bags at Motel Blue. Oh yeah, just check your bags at Motel Blue. Oh yeah, just check your bags at Motel Blue. Oh yeah.
All right. Good song.
Motel
Stephen
Blue.
Blane. Yeah, Motel Blue. Yeah. I used to at this Holiday Inn over in Clovis, New Mexico, and they put in shag carpet, and this is before they had non-smoking rooms, you know. They put in shag carpet all the way across the floor, and then this went straight up the wall to the ceiling. And all you talk about being blue. It smelled like smoke. My God.
That sounds pretty horrific. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know whose idea that was, but anyway, I don't know why I was thinking about that, but anyway. Okay, good song. You're a good songwriter, good singer too. I love your voice.
Thank you.
You said did you have some musical training in your past days?
I did.
So you were like a professor at New York University or something?
No, but I've been doing it all my life, and I studied in college and the whole
all
thing.
that kind of stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
good job.
But thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the group. Maybe you can teach us something. Okay, that was Stephen
I'm learning
Blane.
from you. I'm learning from you, Harry. Come on.
I don't have anything to teach. Stephen Blane, folks. Now we got John Mason. John Mason's coming up. What you gonna play for us, John?
Unbelievable. All right. So, picked up my wife, brought her back, and
that's
she said
great.
she's having a hard time listening to us on Facebook. I don't know. I think it's operator error myself. So anyway, so I wrote this song sort of to mess with my wife, and also get a right song for the other half once in a while. The story is that when I first asked her to marry me, she told me no, and it took me a couple of years to convince her that I was an okay guy. And she knew about my rough and rowdy rock and roll past. So anyway. You say you're looking for the right one. All your life you've been looking for a sign. Me, I'm looking at the only love that I want. Were you still making up your mind? We were young, we spent all our time together. I always thought I was yours and you were mine. Now we're older and the time has come to choose me. Are you still making up your mind? All your life you knew how much I loved you. I couldn't wait for you to love me back. But now I see that we're just friends for forever. Guess I'll have to realize that we've got that. All your life you knew how much I loved you. I couldn't wait for you to love me back. But now I see that we're just friends for forever. Guess I'll have to realize that we've got that. Lately you've been looking at me funny. You seem uncomfortable when your eyes meet mine. Today you asked me, do you love me, honey? And you said, I know you've waited all this time, always looking for a sign. So let's leave this mystery behind, 'cause I'm done making up my mind. La, la, la,
That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song, John. He likes it too.
Great song, John. That's John Mason, folks. And now we have Don Wall coming back up. There you go, Don.
Thanks, Harry. Yeah, so, you know, we were talking about West Texas about an hour ago. And so that's Amarillo. That's a sunrise looking to the east from real close to Amarillo. So we went from the Gulf, Port Aransas, to Amarillo in just one shot, 2 shots. So I'm going to go back to Port Aransas for this one. Fishing trip was choppy, and the wild dogs were cocky. We gone fishing on the Gulf of Mexico. My girlfriend lived in Nederland, and she sounds like Janis Joplin when she says guff. Well, that's good enough for me, you know. Red snapper, cold beer, picking at the barbecue. Loving Port Aransas, and baby, I'm loving you. Good vibes, good times, playing in the Texas dunes. Fishing on the Gulf and hanging on the beach with you. His boys made huevos on la estufa, on la playa. Tuvimos sombra, cerveza, música, tejano, todo el día. Joe brought brisket and hot licks, and we all played our big hits and drank whiskey on the beach with a bonfire burning all night long. Red snapper, cold beer, picking at the barbecue. Loving Port Aransas, baby, I'm loving you. Good vibes, good times, playing in the Texas dunes. Fishing on the Gulf and hanging on the beach with you. Mexican and gringo get along just fine. Good old Texas boys in the Gulf moonlight, staring at the fire, sharing desires, feeling the tease of a restless sea. Red snapper, cold beer, picking at the barbecue. Loving Port Aransas, and baby, I'm loving you. Good vibes, good times, playing in the Texas dunes. Fishing on the Gulf, hanging on the beach with you. The fishing trip was choppy, And us wild dogs were cocky, we gone fishing on the Gulf of Mexico.
Love that song.
Thanks. I
So-
like it too. It's a good song. It's fun.
So how far away from there, from Port Rangers, was it where Kimberly was raised?
Oh, no, she was up near Port Arthur, actually. She was in Nederland.
Nederland. How far is that?
It's up the coast. You know, it's up by the Sabine River. It's north of Houston. So
So it's
we're
north of
down.
Houston.
We were down
Oh.
by Corpus, so it's all the way from Corpus up to past Houston on the Gulf Coast. That's
On the Gulf.
common.
Gulf.
On the Gulf. On the
Yeah.
Gulf Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
She spent about 3 or 4 years out there, I guess. You know, right when she was like going in junior high or something.
Did she know Janis Joplin?
No, but she, you know, I mean, Janis was from Port Arthur, and her father was an executive in the oil business, and so, you know, there is something about Kimberly's accent that she's from North Carolina, from the Blue Ridge Mountains, and there's a little bit of East Texas in her voice, which sounds to me a little like Janis. Remember when Janis would talk? She had a kind of a scratchy Southern twang, you know. Well, I think Kimberly talks like that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Don Wall, folks. The Gulf of Mexico. Okay, now then we've got Ace Pounder coming up. Ace is going to lay one on us. I tell you what, this guy. He is a classically trained banjo player.
That's right. One of the great classic banjo players of our day. Well, this is going to be something a little different. This is you've heard me play this kind of style. I am fully in favor of anything that includes more of America's song tradition than just what happened last week. You know, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but this is this is a song because it's to match the feeling that I had about the song, and it's my autumn song, so it's kind of the expiration date is right there, but it's written in the style or it attempted to so of the American Songbook, and to reintroduce a little of that sensibility. This is called Through Autumn with You, Together Through Autumn with You. Cloaked in silver, the weather grows colder, the morning brings crystalline dew, but sitting together we'll welcome the weather together through autumn with you. The season always feels so sentimental. Maybe it's the colors or hues, but I always feel so warm and cozy, enjoying the autumn with you. After the summer, sorry, but not quite the winter. Fall is a pause between two. Let's enjoy a few meals express how grateful we feel together through autumn with you. The season always makes me feel so sentimental. Maybe it's the colors and hues, but I always feel so warm and cozy, enjoying the autumn with you. Soon we'll be at the cabin with our Thanksgiving traditions, like hugging a puppy or two. You always look enchanting with coffee in the morning, together through autumn with you.
That's a good song.
Oh, thank you.
Does Suzanne like those songs like that?
Well, yes, yes. But she says they're too slow. I have to play fast songs too.
Oh, really?
She's
Okay.
my. But if that's it, if Harry likes that song, it's in the repertoire. I mean, that's all. Okay, end of story.
Song. Yeah.
End of story.
I just like the way you do it. Yeah. That's Ace Pounder, folks, and now we've got Alan Larson coming up, and I want Alan to promise me one thing. When this whole thing wraps up tonight, I want you to do your 1 minute song. That'll be the last song of the year.
Okay.
And it couldn't be more fitting. So, but don't do it now. Wait till we come back.
Okay.
Okay, just do whatever you're gonna do.
I hear somebody else's guitar.
Who's somebody's playing? Well,
I know everybody looks muted.
everything looks muted. Yeah.
Oh, I know what.
It's you.
Yeah, it's my phone.
That's your fault. Okay.
Yeah, it's my fault. Okay, yeah, it's my phone. It was coming. I had set it next to my speaker, so I thought it was coming out the speaker. Anyway, okay, so I was going to do this little tune right here called Saturday Morning. Saturday morning came without warning. I saw your face and everything around. You were there at the right time, with your kisses so sweet in the nighttime. Down at Surfside under a starry night, well, she was young, but so was I. We were there at the high tide, with those kisses so sweet in the nighttime. So many years, long ago we went our ways and new loves did appear. But I always will remember people in my life ones who shape me and who make me think back to a time when a Saturday morning came without warning. I saw your face and everything around. You were there at the right time, with your kisses so sweet in the nighttime. With your kisses so sweet in the nighttime. With your kisses so sweet. With those kisses so sweet in the nighttime.
Another good song, Alan.
Thank you.
Alan Larson, folks, he'll be back. Now we got Mr. Keith Dodson. You play spotlight. Okay,
There I
Keith.
am. There I am.
There you go.
Well, this is my attempt to bring country music into the 21st century. It's called New Millennium Heartache. Well, I've had my share of heartache. It's a feeling I just can't endorse. A half a dozen girlfriends have left me. 2 marriages ended up in divorce. My old hound dog ran off with a poodle. You know, that was a terrible day, but it can't match the pain in my heart the day my self-driving truck drove away. Oh, my self-driving truck drove away, left me standing at the end of the road. She put herself in gear, she tore out of here while I was just trying to unload. Well, she left me without any reason. I hope she'll come back someday. And since I don't own a bike, I guess that's just that hike. Self-driving truck drove away. I met her one day in the showroom of her little town's Ford dealership. I could tell by her headlights she loved me, and soon we'd be joined at the hip. I'd wash her and wax her each morning, spent every night in the garage. I did all I could think of to spoil her, but she decided to get out of Dodge. Well, my self-driving truck drove away, left me standing at the end of the road. She put herself in gear, she tore out of here while I was just trying to unload. Well, she left me without any reason. Man, I hope she'll come back someday. And since I don't own a bike, I just have to hike, 'cause my self-driving truck drove away. I guess that I should have known better. Should have bought me a bus pass instead. I guess I was caught up in folly, 'cause my heart overruled my head. But now that I've learned my lesson, there's a moral I can't overstate. A man makes a fool of himself when his transport becomes his soulmate. Oh, my self-driving truck drove away, left me standing at the end of the road. She put herself in gear, she tore out of here Well, I was just trying to unload. Well, she left me without any reason. Man, I hope she'll come back someday. And since I don't own a bike, I guess just have to hike and start in the rain. It drives me insane because my self-driving truck drove away.
That's funny. Keith Dodson, folks.
Thank you.
Great sense of humor. Now we got Dave Strousfeld coming up again with a original song.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is.
I'm going to try another one with my looper pedal.
Okay. What kind of pedal is it?
It's a looper pedal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you all know about them.
Okay.
I'm just going to plug in my equipment here.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Got Dave Strousfeld, folks. And Now we got Dr. Stephen Troum. Where'd he go? I didn't lose him, did I? He's not here. Okay, I guess I'll do one. Dr. Troum, you're not here, are you? I don't see him. I guess he left. Did we make him mad? Hope not. He probably had to get up and do doctor stuff tomorrow. So hang on here. Replay spotlight. Okay, get on. Here we go. Okay. Well, sir, it's getting close to the end, folks. I'll do one, and if somebody else wants to do one, we can do another one, and then we'll let Alan do his end of the year song. I met that little yellow rose way down in Texas, don't you know? But Rosie never did a thing for me. 'Cause Texas has another flower. I think about her every hour. Her beauty's fresher than the morning breeze. So take me up just south of Lubbock to that place where we both grew up. She's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. I'm talking about the Toka Daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Toka Daisy, you're the gal for me. Toka Daisy, I love you. Toka Daisy, I'll be true. And like that little blossom of purple and gold, I know our love will always grow. Toka Daisy, you're so sweet. You got me on my knee. Toka Daisy, you're the lady, and will you marry me? I said I met that little yellow rose, blue bonnet with her turned up nose. She was cute as she could be. But Texas has another flower. I think about her every hour and all the ways that she knows how to please. So drop me off just south of Lubbock. All my exes you can call up. She's the prettiest flower I've ever seen. I'm talking about the Toka Daisy. She's the one who drives me crazy. Toka Daisy, you're the gal for me. Toka Daisy, you're the lady, and will you marry me? Toka Daisy. The love song right there. Okay.
Hey, Harry, before you put up Alan, just want to say thanks for all your hard work this year. This is our last show, and we've had quite a run.
Yeah, we got a pretty good run here. Pretty good run. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I guess we've been doing this 2 years almost.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Almost, yeah.
Did you put up the gallery view?
Yeah, I put it up. I put it up just now.
Cool.
It should be gallery view over on the Facebook if you're looking at it over there. So anyway, we should be a lot better than what we really are now. But you think after 2 years of doing it, but and we should have a great big crowd out there too. But I don't know about that.
Y'all have a happy New Year.
Well, thank you, Grover. Grover, you got to hang in there. Alan's going to sing us a song now. He's got a song to end the year with. It's a 1 minute song. That's all it is. 1 minute song.
I'm good for that. Hell, I wasn't planning on leaving.
Okay, Alan, you ready to sing that song? I'm going to give you spotlight here.
Okay. And I second what Don just said.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is my 1 minute song. This is the open mic version. I got 1 minute left for one more song. Harry says this tune can't be too long. Feel like I better pick up the pace before a blue-haired teen with a ukulele takes my place. Now there's half a minute left now to try to persuade the owner to hire me for a gig where I might actually get paid. There's a girl up front and I want to impress her, but there's so little time and so much pressure. But oh, it's too late now, 'cause look, here comes the hook. Okay, I'm leaving.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. See y'all next year.
Amen.
See y'all next year. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great great weekend. I want to wish everyone a full first and an empty fifth. Thank you, John. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Ace. Thank you, Dave. And thank you, Grover. He just left, but that's all right. So
See you.
push the little red button. It'll all be over, guys.
Okay.
We'll see y'all next year.
See you next year.
Bye-bye.
Bye, folks.